Greetings, fans of make-believe. Today, we're not just trudging through the well-trodden mud hole that is Amazon's The Rings of Power. Oh no, we're going beyond. We're dissecting the juiciest, most tantalizing rumors of Season 2. All credit for these morsels of gossip goes to the fine scribes over at theonering.net. But hold on to your helmets, because that's not all. I have also managed to lay my mighty hands on exclusive spoilers for Season 3. Yes, you heard that right. Season 3, which is already being etched into the annals of TV history as we speak. Now let's dive into the dark and delightful beginning of Season 2. Remember the climactic moment from last season, when Adar, our favorite grumpy orc, almost met his doom at the hands of none other than Sauron, a twist that left many scratching their heads under their helmets. Why would Sauron want to slay one of his own? Here's the juicy bit. Sauron, the Dark Lord of Great Mystery, had a son. Yes, you heard me right. A son. And who, you ask, was responsible for this offspring's untimely demise? None other than Adar himself. The plot thickens, like a good stew over a campfire. But who was this son? And who dared to be the mother of such a creature? I do not have those answers at hand, but I am confident the writers will come up with something spectacular that puts our dear professor to shame. Now, brace yourselves for a tale of love and deceit, as Season 2 brings us a plot so deliciously devious it could only come from the mind of Sauron himself. Sauron, in his never-ending quest to outwit the noble Galadriel, conjures up his most daring ruse yet. He impersonates none other than her beloved dead husband, Celeborn. His aim? To woo Galadriel into his dark embrace. But just as Galadriel begins to fall for this trickery, the real Celeborn makes a dramatic return, only to find his wife carrying the Dark Lord's love child. Fast forward to Season 3, my friends, where the drama unfolds like a tapestry of heartache and betrayal. Galadriel and Celeborn, once a beacon of elvish unity, now find their marriage teetering on the edge of a knife. The tension reaches its peak with the birth of the child, a moment of both joy and sorrow. But the tale takes a darker turn. Celeborn, in a moment of desperation, tells Galadriel a tragic lie that their child perished in a shield surfing accident. The truth. He secretly takes the newborn far from the golden woods of Lorien, leaving him on the steps of the citadel in Minas Tirith. And who should find this mysterious child but Denethor, the steward of Gondor? Known for his kindness and warmth, he raises the boy as his own, and thus the child once born of shadow and light becomes known as Faramir. But wait, there's more intrigue afoot in Season 2. Sauron, the master of disguises, takes on not one, two, but multiple forms. We see him as Mairon, the cunning, as Anatar, the deceiver, as Halbrand, the charmer, even as Celeborn, the faithful husband. But the most surprising of all, Sauron even masquerades as a hanging wallflower eavesdropping on a conversation between Elrond and the Old Took. But now, brace yourselves for a revelation that will send shockwaves through your very being. We return now to Galadriel, the Lady of Light. Overwhelmed by grief, in the latter episodes of Season 3, she finds herself wandering in a maze of despair, seeking solace in wild benders, a desperate attempt to drown her sorrows. The once radiant elf maiden, now a shadow of her former self, lost in the depths of her anguish. But as dawn follows the darkest night, hope glimmers on the horizon. Enter Prince Fingolfin, a figure of nobility and charm. It is in his presence that Galadriel finds a reason to smile once more. Against the backdrop of turmoil and despair, a new love blossoms, as unexpected as it is heartfelt. And before you question the timelines, remember, dear viewers, in a world where dark powers twist and bend reality to their will, anything is possible. Time is but a plaything to those who wield such might. So, let your imagination soar, free from the chains of chronology. Prepare yourselves, for Season 2 brings with it a moment of great sorrow. Everyone's favorite short-haired elf, Celebrimbor meets a gruesome fate. Whispers from the shadows tell of his end, his head mounted on a pike, a victim of a mysterious and brutal decapitation. A dark day for Muddle Earth, indeed. But in a world where elves tread the fine line between life and death, not all is lost. The writers, playing gods with the immortality of these beings, have a twist in store for us in Season 3. Behold, the return of Celebrimbor, emerging in the nick of time with a dramatic flair only befitting an elf of his stature. Imagine the scene. Galadriel, heart fluttering with newfound love for Prince Fingolfin, is about to succumb to his charms. But just as their lips are about to meet, in bursts Celebrimbor. With the speed and grace of a panther, he intervenes, warning Galadriel of the impostor before her. It isn't Fingolfin at all. No, it's the Goblin King, draped in an elven robe, sporting a long wig in a deceitful masquerade. Poor Galadriel, duped once again, but not for long. In a fury like no other, she slays the impostor in under 10 seconds, as easily as a hot knife through an ice troll. A tale of love, deception, and swift elven justice. Ah, my friends, brace yourselves for a rumor about Season 2 that will surely send ripples of shock and joy through the hearts of every Tolkien enthusiast. Prepare for a revelation about the enigmatic Tom Bombadil and his lovely companion, Goldberry. For years, their origins have been shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that has confounded the wisest of scholars. But no more. The literary wizards behind the Rings of Power will unveil the truth behind this whimsical duo. And oh, what a truth it is. All those YouTube videos you've watched, using logic and reason to theorize the true identity of old Tom and Goldberry, can now be tossed into the fires of Mount Doom, for now we have a definitive answer. Behold, for Tom Bombadil and Goldberry are none other than Melkor and the giant spider Ungoliant. Yes, you heard that correctly. These two formidable beings, known for their sinister deeds in the annals of Middle-earth, have been transformed and sent forth by Eru Ilúvatar himself. As a punishment for their dark misdeeds, they have been condemned to prance around Middle-earth, singing silly songs and living a life of eternal frivolity. A fate most fitting, crafted by the ever-jestful mind of Eru Ilúvatar. Who would have thought that these icons of terror would end up as the light-hearted wanderers of the woods? In Season 3, a truth so astonishing will be unveiled. The Rings of Power does not merely dwell in the realms of Muddle Earth. Oh no, it spans across universes, intertwining with none other than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, you heard me right, the MCU. In a twist of fate, two mutants from the MCU, Mystique and Nightcrawler, had a child which inherited the shape-shifting and teleporting abilities from its parents. And who was this offspring, you ask? None other than Sauron himself. This revelation establishes that Rings of Power exists in an alternate MCU timeline. And now, with the marriage of the two most magnificent television universes, the Rings of Power and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one can only begin to dream of the wonders they will create together. Stay with me, noble viewers, for we now approach the crescendo of Season 2, a climax that will leave you on the edge of your seats, gripping your swords and staffs in anticipation. This season delves deep into the tales of the Valar and the Maiar. We witness the fall of many, swayed to the dark side by the cunning Melkor. Among them, our beloved Sauron, also known as Mairon, takes center stage in his quest to corrupt his fellow Mair. And there, amidst the turmoil and temptation, stands Olorin, Gandalf's Maiar form. Mairon, with all his persuasive might, nearly ensnares Olorin. But Olorin resists the pull of darkness. At least, for now. But hold your breath, for Season 3 brings a climactic revelation that will shake the very foundations of Muddle Earth. In a moment of shocking intimacy, as they face off in a deadly duel, Sauron declares, "Gandalf, I am your father." Words that echo through the ages, mirroring the legendary tales of distant galaxies. It seems Sauron has been planting his seeds so widely across Muddle Earth, he puts Ego, the living planet, to shame. Can you imagine? The greatest cliffhanger since Season 5 of Lost is upon us. Season 3, or the Rings of Power, will end with us, teetering on the brink, hearts pounding, as we await Gandalf's choice. Will he join Sauron on the dark side, or will he remain the beacon of hope and wisdom we all cherish? The suspense is unbearable. And now, my faithful audience, you may be pondering, how does Krug, the mighty and charismatic orc, know all these tantalizing secrets? The answer is both thrilling and personal. I, Krug the Conqueror, have been bestowed the honor of a cameo appearance in Season 3 of Rings of Power. Yes, you will witness my legendary acting skills firsthand as I take on not one, but 2 roles of immense importance. Behold, for I shall portray both of the enigmatic blue wizards. And what grand roles they are. You will see me in all my glory as these wizards embark on a quest of epic proportions, the pursuit of the elusive Infinity Stones. My dear viewers, I hope your hearts are as aflame with excitement as mine is. The journey through Muddle Earth is one of wonder, mystery, and unbridled adventure. So, while we eagerly await the return of Rings of Power to our screens, please hit the subscribe and like buttons below.